You know the feeling. It's late, you are so tired, you know you should be sleeping, but you just can't make yourself turn everything off. Well, today, we're going to unpack the real psychology behind why so many of us are night owls, and why, for some reason, it feels so good. Okay, so it all starts with this little promise, right? A little deal you make with yourself, probably every single evening. And you start with the best of intentions, and you really mean it. You know you'll feel better. You can picture it, waking up, feeling refreshed, actually ready to start the day. But then the evening happens, and then, boom, there it is. That quick, dreaded glance at the clock, and that little sinking feeling in your stomach. The time just vanished, and that window for a good night's sleep, yeah, that's officially slammed shut. Your alarm is still set for that same painful hour. You know you should stop, but you just keep going. One more video, one more article, just one more little scroll. So what is going on here? Why do we knowingly sabotage our own rest? I promise you, the answer is so much deeper and way more interesting than just bad discipline. And here's the first big idea. For many of us, the night doesn't feel like extra time. Nope, it feels like the only time that is truly 100% ours. I mean, just think about it for a second. The emails finally stop pinging, the messages slow down to a trickle, nobody is asking you for anything, and for the first time all day, there's just silence. And in that silence, your brain can finally take a breath. Because all day long, your attention is just being yanked in a million different directions, right? You're an employee, a student, a parent, a partner. You're constantly performing, reacting, and just managing expectations from the second your alarm goes off. It's this incredible feeling of taking back what's yours. That mental real estate that was rented out to everyone else all day, well, it's finally back in your possession. And let's be honest, that feeling of control can be really, really addictive. You know, this feeling of reclaiming your night is so incredibly common that psychologists have actually given it a name. And it's not just about avoiding a task. It's more like a quiet little act of rebellion. At its core, it's this weird emotional conflict, isn't it? Going to sleep can feel like giving in, like letting the day win without you getting any time for yourself. Staying awake, even when you're totally exhausted, that feels like a victory. And here it is, the official term, revenge bedtime procrastination. See, it's not that you can't sleep, it's that you won't. You are making an active choice to sacrifice sleep just to claw back a few hours of freedom that you feel like your busy day stole from you. But hang on, what if it's not just a psychological choice? What if your brain is just built this way? Because as it turns out, your biology plays a massive role in all of this. This brings us to a really cool scientific concept called your chronotype. Think of it like this. It's your body's natural, genetically hardwired sleep-wake cycle. You don't choose it. It's just part of you, like your hair color. Some of us are just larks and some of us are owls. And this is where the struggle gets real for night owls. Your brain might just be coming alive when everyone else's is winding down. You might feel your most focused, your most creative in those quiet, late hours. But because the whole world is basically built around a 9-to-5 early bird schedule, you often end up feeling lazy or guilty, when in reality, your energy just peaks later. Now, as amazing as that late night peace and quiet can feel, we have to be real for a minute. It definitely comes at a price. There is a serious downside to this pattern when it becomes an everyday thing, and the consequences are no joke. That constant tug of war between your body's internal clock and society's clock creates something called social jet lag. It's what leads to those foggy mornings, makes it way harder to manage your emotions, and can just leave you feeling completely wiped out day after day. And this brings us to a really big, maybe kind of tough question to ask yourself. Is it about carving out a moment of peace, or is it more about avoiding the start of another stressful day? There's a really subtle but super important difference between seeking self-care and just practicing avoidance. So where do we go from here? What's the solution? Well, the good news is the answer isn't about fighting against your own nature. It's about finding a smarter, more compassionate way to work with it. Look, the real goal here is absolutely not to force yourself to become a 5 a.m. person if you are a natural night owl. That's like trying to write with your non-dominant hand. Sure, you can do it, but it's exhausting and it just feels wrong. The real aim is to find a balance within your own natural rhythm. So here's a gentler way to think about it. First, get really clear on what you're actually looking for in those late night hours. Is it control? Quiet? Then see if you can guard your energy a little more fiercely during the day. Maybe you can find little 15-minute pockets of you time before it gets to be midnight. And probably most important of all, stop beating yourself up for having a brain that's wired the way it is. And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. That feeling of peace and control you're searching for at 2 a.m. is valuable. It's valid. But a powerful mind still needs rest, because true clarity, real creativity, that doesn't come from running on fumes. It comes from finding a balance that honors your need for rest and your need for yourself. So if you enjoyed this, consider liking the video. Also, if you want more psychology-based insights explained in simple, practical language, hit subscribe. And remember, understanding yourself is the first step to changing your life. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!